Elmer, I'm going to tell you one more time. See that, folks? These are guitar strings. They are not squeaky toys. The only time they squeak is when I'm playing them. Do you understand? I think he got it this time. I think he's gonna. You gonna figure it out, boy? Or you got it figured out? All right. Anyhow, this is Elmer, the Wonder Dog. He's from Kentucky, and I'm your love child from Knox Pater, Alabama. And welcome back. We're gonna have a review today. And go ahead. What are we gonna review? He said we're gonna review nothing other than a Martin HD28 guitar, and it comes from the great, fine, beautiful, wonderful, explicitly excellent folk at Guitar Center. Oh, this ought to be a dandy. Guitar Center. Oh, give me a squeaky toy. Oh, man. Oh, we'll be right back. My mind goes to pieces, and my loneliness increases, 'cause I need the arm that used to hold me tight. I've done everything I knew of to forget about your sweet love. Oh, and still there's no relief inside. Your memory, it awakes me, and it never fails to take me to the room where you used to make everything alright. I tried hard to discover that old feeling with another. Oh, but still there's no relief inside. Those badly needed healing hands of time touch me again. And though it's been so long, I know it's too soon to forget. I thought I'd get better somewhere. Oh, it's gonna be 30 years come Sunday. Oh, and still there's no relief inside. I've done everything I know of to forget about your sweet love. Oh, and still, honey, there's no relief inside. Well, I reckon if you made it this far, you made it through that demo singing right there. But regardless of the singing, what you heard was a fine guitar. No, nothing flashy played, but it still shined like the sun. That's that Martin HD28. I'm fixing to review real quick. And Elmer's walking underneath the tripod. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Lord. That could have got bad real quick. So let's talk about this HD28. Yes, Elmer. Yes, brother Elmer. my Kentucky Flash. All right, boy. All right. Give me what you want to tell me. Your girlfriend wasn't home, so do I look like a female dog? And no. You too anyhow. You know who my daddy is. This is your love child. That's my boy Elmer. I'm going to try to get through this review real quick. I have in my presence a beautiful Martin HD28 guitar, and I'm going to tell you how I got it as soon as Elmer get done. Yes, Elmer. Yes, Elmer. Do what now? I think he's telling me, you got to go potty. Did you see his, well, I can say, did you see his ears perk up, but he ain't got too big ears. You got to go potty, boy. Yeah. I got to let this boy go potty. Hold on. I'll be right back. I promise. Elmer got to go potty. All right, Elmer got to go potty. And he's back over here. So if you all of a sudden fall this way, blame him. I didn't do it. I like you guys. But Elmer did have one question. He said, Daddy, he says, all them people watching them videos, why ain't they hitting the subscribe button? I said, well, Elmer, they don't have to hit the subscribe button. And Elmer said, could you ask him to do it for me? So do it for my boy here, so he don't lose sleep, so that when he pee potties, he don't lose concentration. And do it for Elmer. Do it for Elmer. Do it for my boy. Just do it for Elmer. Here, so right for Elmer. He says do it for him. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button and hit the like button. And you can leave a comment, even if it's just say, hello, love child. And say hello to Elmer if you want to. Hit that subscribe button if you don't mind. Do it for Elmer. Don't do it for me. Do it for Elmer, okay? So anyhow, let's get back to this guitar. When you get old, you repeat yourself. No, really, you repeat yourself when you get old. So I'm going to try to keep my mind on one track so as to not repeat myself. The odds are against me over here. So anyway, let's talk about this guitar a minute. Why did I buy it? That's the first question I'll answer. For a man who has guitars, he don't know how many he's got. I bought this one because, not because Elmer said to. I bought this one. I have a brand new Martin D35 that I bought off of a reputable dealership in Nashville, Tennessee. And it's a beautiful guitar. It plays beautiful. It sounds beautiful. And it lives in the case beautiful. And I kind of wanted to go ahead and keep it that way, if you know what I'm saying. So I needed a guitar that I could take to the studio. Let me tell you about this guitar. When you take it in the studio, you got pickers saying, hey man, can I use it today? I mean, the pickers love this guitar. The engineers love this guitar. And of course, Love Child loves this guitar. So that's why I bought it. Whether I'm going to a studio, sitting on the front porch, playing on stage, if I give it a little boo-boo or something, I'm not going to feel as bad as I would with that D35. I mean, sometimes me and old Elmer, we go out to the park and serenade beautiful women, don't we, Elmer? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, buddy. Do what, Elmer? Ah, no. He heard somebody say I look like Charlie Pride. That Charlie Pride was my daddy. Charlie Pride ain't my daddy. I might look a little bit like him. And when I sing, what, Kiss an Angel Good Morning? I know I sound a lot like him, but you know who my daddy is. That's why I bought the guitar. Now, in the process of buying the guitar, I knew I needed another. I knew I wanted another Martin and I wanted one that I knew sounded right and sounded good. I'm gonna just do this in one take, dog or not. You know what I'm saying? This could be fun. This could be tragic too. So I knew I needed another one. I looked locally and I couldn't find one that sounded anyway near as good as this without being completely overpriced. I knew I didn't need to buy another new one because then I'd have two case queens. That I didn't need a second case queen. I don't buy a lot of new guitars. There's too many good used ones out there that they're already, you know, when they're a few years old, the wood's opened up. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. So anyway, I decided to go on the hunt, and I went worldwide. And so I thought about, well, go on the internet. You can look at Reverb, and there's a lot of good things on Reverb. But I wanted to stick with somebody who had return policies and customer service that I knew would be decent. And so that left me with Sweetwater and Guitar Center, and there's a couple others out there. Sweetwater didn't have the availability of something that would be used. So I went to a Musician's Friend and looked, and I found this guitar. Musician's Friend and Guitar Center are, you know, buddies. They're all one and the same, basically. So I found this guitar on a Musician's Friend site. So I cross-referenced it and found it on a Guitar Center website and found out the store that it was at. It just happened to be at a Guitar Center in a place called Arlington Heights, Illinois. Now, don't knock my hat off, boy. That's part of my stage prop here, man. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't like it if I knocked your collar off, would you? Don't do that. Don't do that, boy. I ain't French. So anyhow, I called. Okay, here's my second part. I called this Arlington Heights store, and I talked to a manager there. His name was Kevin. I said, "Hey, dude, Mr. Dude, excuse me, I ain't that rude. I come, Mr. Dude." I said, I see this guitar that Musician's Friend has offered. Of course, Guitar Center. It's available through your local store. I said, you know, I'm going to use my Musician's Friend card. I'm going to buy it. And I know all at the same time that if I buy it through Musician's Friend, that the store is not going to get as sweet a cut as they would if I bought it directly from the store. So I say, Mr. Dude, can you tell me about the guitar? He says, man, he said, it's a no-brainer. He said, this is a fine guitar. He said, we got a luthier setup guy that has gone through this guitar, and it's going to be as nice a Martin as you ever played. Now, I call this guy, their luthier, I call him a guitar doctor, so I call him Doc for short. So I'm talking to Kevin. He's telling me about Doc, the doctor, their luthier, whatever. I don't even know his name. I just call him Doc. He said, this guitar is good to go. I said, well, okay, I'll think about it. I get off the phone, and I get online. I go ahead and get one of them Guitar Center cards. And I call this Kevin guy back, and he talked to me. Here's the thing. He wasn't in a hurry. He answered my questions, and my blunt questions. And I thought, you know, I'm going to go ahead and get this Guitar Gear card, and I'm going to buy it from his store so they can get every dime they can get out of it. I call him back. I say, man, I'm gonna grab that guitar. You guarantee it to be good. If it ain't good, you'll take it back. He said, absolutely, don't sweat it. He said, but you're gonna like it. I said, yeah, right. I'll love you forever. Checks in the mail and all that good stuff. So he says, now let me refer you to one of my salespersons. He said, I'm just a manager. I got a guy here. He'll take care of you, and he'll get his commission and do whatever they do. He didn't say they get the commission, but I know that's what the deal is. So he gets me to a guy named Josh, who's a salesperson. Me and Josh make the deal. Now I'm going to tell you before this video's over, remember the name Josh at Guitar Center Arlington Heights. And it's going to be the best favor anybody done you today. So we make the deal on the guitar. I get the guitar properly packaged in the case. It's detuned like it's supposed to be detuned for transport. I just checking on the boy. everything's like it's supposed to be. I tune it up and it's like, you know, the stars lined up and the heavens opened up. This guitar is fantastic. This guitar, did I break it? No, that was a strap. Y'all don't worry, that was just a strap made a noise. That's why I bought the guitar. Here's the guitar the way it was in the demo. Got the capo on the 2nd fret. Now, there's a lot of guitars that are considered A quality, frontline, in studios and stores and otherwise, and when you pop that capo off and you go back open, they're not necessarily going to be tuned exactly right. Not this guitar. Now, again, I'm not trying to hammer it real hard, and I'm using a pick that's very flexible so I don't blow the microphone out of this camera. Now again, I'm going back to the store. I'm going back to what Kevin told me about this guitar and about the luthier. Not just the tech. Now we're talking about a show enough knows how to put a guitar together kind of guy. So here I am. You say, well, Love Child, you had that thing tuned with the capo on. Okay, I just changed from the 2nd fret to the 5th fret. Voila. You get what you pay for. I'm so impressed with that store that I've had them set me up a Les Paul. I'm going to be sending this 1951 Martin tenor for a neck reset. I've got somewhere here, I've got my old B25 Gibson. That's a whole nother story. I'm going to be sending it up there to their guy and let him do everything. It needs a lot of work. It's been through a lot of wars with me. So I'm waxing eloquent on this particular place. Arlington Heights, Illinois Guitar Center. I'm going to link them all over the place on this video. If you are in the market for something and it's handled by Musician's Friend or Guitar Center, don't be afraid. If you don't have a local guitar center or if you don't know who to go to, don't be afraid to call them, ask for Josh, and let them hook you up. And they're gonna be honest with you. They're not gonna sell you a bunch of junk. You tell them Love Child sent you, and it's gonna be a done deal. You're gonna get what you pay for. Ain't that right, Elmer? But let me get right to the bottom line. I'm seeing how much time I've been talking. I'm gonna get you out of here. Here's how good these folks were to me. I know I'm supposed to be demoing and reviewing a guitar. Well, the guitar is a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer because I bought it from decent folk. So let me tell you about these decent folk. When I got the guitar in my hands and I had it a couple of days, my good boy dog, Joe Bud, passed away. Now you excuse me. I love my dogs. Alright? I love Elmer. But Joe Bud was a special boy. Elmer, that's a brand new couch sitting back there. So anyhow, they call me a couple of days after I get the guitar and say, how you doing, Love Child? I say, I'm good, man. The guitar's great. Y'all are just fantastic. I got another list of things that I need to go ahead and get from you. I said, but kind of bummed out today. My boy dog Joe Bud passed away. And said, wow, Love Child, can you send us a picture so we see what he looks like? I said, sure. I'm proud of my boy. And you can find him on some videos of mine on my other YouTube channel known as The Rocking Hillbilly. But I sent him a picture of Joe Bud. I said they want to see what he looks like. Within about a half hour, they send me a picture that I'm showing you right about now. What you see there is a picture of my boy Joe Bud. He's hanging on the wall at the Guitar Center in Arlington Heights, Illinois. Now, folks, you You just about hair lip hell before you find people any better and more decent than that bunch right there. So that's all I got to say is if you're in the market for something like I was, don't be afraid to check them out. And if they got something in stock at their store, call them up, say, Love Child, say, give me Josh. Yeah, hey Josh, Love Child said to call you, and I have to buy this, and I need it now. Is it worth buying? And he'll hook you up. Anybody care enough about you, your dog, they're going to care about how you spend your money. If you don't have a local guitar center, before you call some stranger, call them up. Say, hey Josh, I live in Fairbanks, Alaska, or someplace where we ain't got a guitar center, and I see something I want to buy. Can you hook me up? They're going to do it. That's all I got to say about that. Elmer, you got anything you want to add? Anyhow, thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Doc. And this guitar is, I don't name guitars, but this one, it's got a name. It's called Joe Bud. This guitar will do anything you want to do. You can't lose with the stuff I use. Love Child, signing off.